It was 2:47 p.m. on a Tuesday when I pulled into my driveway, rolling my luggage behind me. I had just gotten off a flight, back early from a business trip to Atlanta. My original flight was supposed to get me home in 2 days, but a canceled meeting and a few rerouted flights brought me back 4 days ahead of schedule. A nice little bonus, right? That's what I thought until I walked up to my front door. You ever hear a noise that immediately makes your heart stop? That's exactly what happened when I heard the laughter. It wasn't just kids playing, it was full-blown birthday party chaos. You know the sound. Balloons popping, kids running around, a bunch of excited voices. From inside my own house. Now, I've been living in this quiet suburban neighborhood Oak Ridge Hills for 3 years. I've got a pretty peaceful life. I work in commercial real estate, so I'm out of town a lot. But when I'm home, I like to keep it low-key. So, naturally, when I'm standing at my front door with my business suit on, luggage in tow, hearing all this party noise from inside my house, something feels off. I slid my key into the door, and before I could even turn it fully, the door swung open. And who do I see standing there but none other than Linda Palmer, the HOA president. She's the definition of busybody. 56 years old, always in my business, always talking about how everything in the neighborhood should be up to code. She's wearing a neon pink tracksuit. Seriously, Barbie would have been jealous and stands there like she owns the place. "Excuse me? You can't just walk into people's houses," she shrieks, pointing a finger at me, almost like I'm some kind of criminal. And then, the kicker, I'm calling the police. I blinked, trying to process this, but it wasn't a hallucination. This wasn't some jet-lagged, tired delusion. This was really happening. "Linda, this is my house," I said, trying to stay calm while the gears in my brain were turning. Behind her, I saw it. The whole living room had been transformed. There were Batman-themed decorations hanging from the ceiling, cake on my dining table, and at least 8 kids running around, hyped up on sugar. I wasn't even fully inside yet, but I could already tell they had made themselves at home. "No, it's not," she doubled down, looking at me with complete conviction. "This is 47 Pinecrest Way. I have permission to be here." She didn't. She never did. But the audacity. I pulled out my phone and showed her the rideshare confirmation with my address on it. I even showed her my house key, as if that would matter. She wasn't having it. By now, she had already dialed 911, her voice shaking as she spoke into the phone. "Yes, hello, police. There's a black man trying to break into a house. He's acting aggressive and threatening. Please send someone right away." I stared at her for a second, trying to process her words. A black man, breaking into my own house. It's 2025, but apparently, in her eyes, I'm the threat just by existing in my own home. "Mom," one of the kids peeks out from behind Linda's tracksuit. He's wearing a Batman shirt and a birthday hat, looking up at me with innocent curiosity. "Is he here for the party?" Linda quickly spins around, switching into mom mode. The tone in her voice suddenly syrupy sweet. "Stay back, sweetie. This man's confused about where he lives." I swear, my jaw almost hit the floor at that moment. "I live here. I pay the mortgage. I've been living here for 3 years. Linda wasn't even listening. She was still dialing 911, making it sound like I was some kind of violent criminal when, in reality, I was just standing at my own doorstep, showing her proof that I live here. But that didn't matter. Linda wasn't going to back down. Now, things get a little crazy. You know how sometimes you think about how you should have handled a situation? I didn't handle it calmly at first, but there was no way I was going to let this go. I showed her my driver's license. I gave her the facts. "Look, I live here. I pay the mortgage. My name is on the deed. These are my keys. I've got the receipts for the last 12 Amazon packages sitting outside because apparently you didn't think to grab them while you were inside breaking into my house." Linda examined my ID as if she was some kind of forensic expert. But does she apologize? Does she admit her mistake? Nope. She hands my ID back to me like she's just done me some big favor and says, Well, even if you live here, you can't just show up unannounced when children are present. We've been planning this party for weeks. I couldn't believe my ears. She's telling me to wait outside my own house because she decided to throw a party in it without asking. She's got some nerve. So, I'm standing outside like an idiot while the party rages on inside. I'm not making this up. 20 minutes later, a police cruiser pulls up. Out steps Officer Rick Palmer, Linda's husband. He's about 6 feet 2 inches, built like a linebacker. And with the expression he had on his face, you could tell he already had his mind made up. I'm guilty. Whatever it is, I'm guilty. Sir, I need to see some identification, he says. I hand him my license again, the same one Linda had scrutinized. He looks it over, still not fully convinced. But when he says, "This says you live here," I just wanted to scream at him. Yes, I do live here. Linda immediately pipes in. You're acting aggressive and trying to force your way into a house where children are present. I look at my suit, my luggage, the keys in my hand. Officer, I just got home. I came from my business trip. I used my key to enter my house. And your wife was inside, hosting a party in my living room without my permission. Rick hesitates. You can almost see his wheels turning, but he still tries to defuse the situation. Well, the party's almost over, so why don't you just wait outside until we finish, and we'll sort this all out. So now, I'm supposed to wait outside my house. Again, I pull out my phone and hit record. I want this documented. Officer, just to be clear, you're telling me I can't enter my own house? I'm being prevented from entering my own home, for which I have the deed, the mortgage, and the keys? He sees the trap he's walking into. Finally, he admits, you can enter your home, sir. But please don't disrupt the children's party. With a smile that's just dripping with passive aggression, I respond, oh, I'll be the perfect host. I walk inside, and the chaos I step into is even worse than I imagined. Kids have trashed the place, juice boxes on the couch, cake crumbs on the floor, and there's someone in the bathroom, apparently using my toilet. I find Linda in the kitchen washing dishes as if she's doing me some huge favor. I'm losing it. I calmly ask, how did you even get in here? She tells me she has emergency HOA access to enter homes when needed. I laugh, but it's a bitter laugh. Emergency access, huh? For what? Checking my grass. She freezes. I know I've caught her now. She stammers, well, I needed to check your grass. It was too high. I'm holding it together, but inside, I'm seething. And that's when the real plot starts to unravel. I start asking questions. I know where this is going. Linda, when did you get a key to my house? Her answers are all over the place, but I can feel the heat from her lies. And it's not just me anymore now, it's everyone else who's been a victim of her abuse. I'm not going to let this go. No way. By the time the party ended, I was so ready. I've got a plan, and it involves more than just getting my house back. It's about holding her and her whole family accountable for everything they've done. And this was only the beginning. Stay tuned, because things are about to get real interesting. And trust me, you're going to want to see what happens next.